Hi guys, this is Michelle from Pin Perfect. So I know some of you guys who have been following the blog don't actually have your own Pinterest accounts, so I figured today I'd kind of show you how to get things set up and create your own Pinterest account. You know, create your boards, find your friends, get everything set up, how to search for certain things. So it's really quick and easy, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get started. So this is the home page, and if you had an account you would click login. Zoom in a little bit there, or in this case you'd click join Pinterest. So now there's a couple ways how you can join. You can either start by connecting to your Facebook account or your Twitter account, or you can also sign in through your email. I personally did my email, so you would kind of just connect however you choose. Then they would send you an activation email, and then you just kind of follow some simple steps. So I'm gonna log in. So as you can see here, this is my home page, and these are all the different things that my friends have been repinning. And it kind of just all shows up, you know, one at a time. You can go through scrolling down, seeing all the different things that friends of yours have been pinning throughout the day, or, you know, for a week or whatnot. It just kind of depends if people have been pinning a lot or a little. So first off, let me kind of show you what everything is. I'm going to go here to my account in the corner, and I'm going to go to my boards. So what your boards are, as you can see here, I have a couple boards, and it's all basically your categories. So you can kind of give them fun names. I have here my style is kind of just, you know, different jewelry, nail ideas, hair ideas, whatnot. That's a little preview. I also have a bucket list for fun. I have my food board, which I titled Yum. So a bunch of different things, and then if you click here, you can see I have all my different, you know, different food recipes that I find that I think, oh, those would be cool to try out and whatnot. So I'll find them from other people, you know, either friends of mine or by searching certain things, and then I repin them. So if you repin something, it'll show up on your board, and then as you can see here, if I click it, it'll zoom in, and everything has a caption to go with it. Sometimes it's just the name of it, sometimes in this case it's 15 quick fixes for ground beef, and then if I click it, it'll send me to that to that home page that has the different recipes. So as you can see, it's a website. Sometimes they're blogs. I'll exit out of this one, see what some other stuff is. You know, so some of them, they are pictorials on how to do things, but some of them you actually have to click them in order to get to the actual recipe part of it. So those are my pins. Now if I go back to my profile here, I can click on my likes. These are all the things that I liked. I haven't put them into specific boards because I didn't repin them. You know, maybe I thought, oh, well, that's cool, but I don't know if I'm necessarily going to try it, so I'll just like it for now, and then it won't go into a specific board or category. So, you know, these you just kind of have to scroll through. It's all like a mix and cluster of everything that I've seen before. But like I said, you know, necessarily don't know if I'm going to get to them one day. Or, you know, sometimes I'm just kind of going through a day where, you know, I'm seeing a bunch of different things that my friends are pinning and I really like them, but I just don't want to repin, you know, 30 things at a time. So I'll just go and, you know, like some of the stuff. This way, you know, I won't have a whole bunch of stuff on my homepage, cluttering my homepage, cluttering my friend's homepage, or my followers' homepage. So I'll just like them, and then sometimes I'll go back and be like, oh, well, you know, I can put this in my food board. So if you see here, I'll click repin, and then I'll scroll down and see, I'll click and look for my food page. It's already at the top. I'll keep the caption this time because it's a pretty descriptive caption, and then I'll just pin it. And then it could say, it says I repinned it, so I'll exit out of that. And then just so that I don't have stuff on my boards and my like page, I'll unlike it. See? And then once I refresh the page, the top, it won't show up anymore. Ta-da! But now it will be if I go to my boards and I go to my food board. it'll show up right there at the top. Ta-da. So that's the difference between boards and pins and likes. So just remember, whatever shows up on your home page, it's different things that people that you are following, what they're pinning, not their likes. But if you actually click on their profile, you can find their likes. So in this case, I'll click at the bottom onto my friend's name, and this is her profile, so this is all her boards. But as you can see, she also has 5 likes. I'll click on her likes, and these are just some of the things that she's liked. Okay, so now that you know how to set up, what your boards are, what your pins are, what your likes are, we need to find some friends. So I'll go back to my page and find where it says here, find friends. And then as you can see here, these are all my friends from my Facebook account. So these are all my friends who are already on Pinterest, and these are all my friends who are not on Pinterest. I could always invite them. But in this case, I want to look at my friends who already have Pinterest accounts. And now I'll click on a friend's name, and this is her profile. So these are all her boards that she has. As you can see, she has tons of boards with a bunch of fun stuff. So I can either click follow all, which means I'd follow all her boards, and everything that she pins would come up on my home page. Or if, let's say, I just want to follow one of her boards or a few of her boards, I can click on that to follow that specific board. So let's say here I want to follow her fun nail boards. I would click follow, and I'd only see her pins that are on this specific board. And then you can kind of just go about and do that through all your friends. Sometimes your friends only have a couple boards, so you want to follow everything that they have. Sometimes, you only like one of their specific boards. So it all kind of depends on you and your preference. This here on my left is my activities bar, and as you can see here at the top, it has friends to follow, kind of just like, Facebook, Twitter, and all the social media people have, that they kind of give you people that you should be following or that you might know. And then at the bottom, it has recent activity, which is just basically everybody who has been pinning some of my stuff or liking some of my stuff. I can see who's been doing what based on things that they found on my profile. And then up here at the top, when you want to look for stuff to pin, you can go to your categories, which, as you can see, there's tons of categories. Let's say I kind of want to look up, some exercises or, fitness routines. I'll go to health and fitness, and it's just everything that specifically falls under that category. But let's say, I know something specifically that I want. I can go up here to the top to the search bar and type in whatever it is that I want. So let's say, let's say I want to make a strawberry cheesecake. I'll type in strawberry cheesecake, and then everything that a bunch of people have pinned, all related to strawberry cheesecake. So tons of different recipes, whatnot. And then if I click on it, I can kind of see if there's a recipe attached to it. This looks really good. Yep, so as you see here, I can get the full recipe on how to make these strawberry cheesecake cups. So if I wanted to do this, I would just kind of repin it, put it onto my food board, and then click pin it, and voila. Now let's say you have a blog or a website or something that you want to pin. I would go, let's say, for example, I want to pin my latest blog post. And I would go and click on the post. You see here, this is specifically that post. I would copy the URL, and then I'd click up here at the top right corner where it says add. I'd click add, and then in this case I want to add a pin. And then right here I'd paste the URL, and then click find images. And then what this does is it looks for images that are already in that specific page, web page, and then it'll bring them up. So as you can see, this is a page of the latest cake that I made for my blog. And in this case, since it's a blog post, I want it to go to my Pin Perfect board, which has all my blog posts. And then I'll name it whatever the blog post title was. and then I'll pin it. And then it'll go straight to my board. And as you can see here, I already did this blog post. So if that ever happens where, you know, maybe you pin something and then later on you're going through your boards and you see that, you know, you pin the same, you know, awesome recipe 5 times because you just love it that much, then you can always click edit and then click delete pin up here at the top. And then you'd say yes, I want to delete it, and then as you can see, I only have one. So that's pretty much the basics of how to get around to a Pinterest account. You know, it's pretty simple. Once you get the hang of it, you'll see that it is pretty fun. You do find a lot of helpful things and tips, and even, you know, just dream houses and things you wish you could buy or do. But I definitely recommend, you know, everybody kind of give it a shot, because it can be pretty fun and interesting, and you do find a lot of really good things and really neat stuff on Pinterest. So yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any questions, you know, leave them in the comment section and I'd be happy to get to those. But other than that, you know, I hope you guys have a good day and happy pinning.